account. A great deal of our knowledge of ancient Indian history comes from travelogues or accounts of foreign travelers. Megasthenes, the Greek ambassador who lived in the court of Chandragupta Maurya, wrote Indica, an account of India. Ptolemy's Geography of India is another important work. At a later period, Chinese travelers visited India to collect religious books and visit the holy places of Buddhism. Some of them are Fa Hien, Huan Sang, I Sing, have recorded valuable accounts of contemporary India. Introduction of Indian history. Indian history is divided into two phases: A. Prehistoric, B. Historic. The prehistoric man left no written records, but they have left their remains. The archaeologists have unearthed many sites in India of Stone Age which have been divided into three periods: Paleolithic, Old, Mesolithic, Middle, and Neolithic, New. The earliest traces of human activity go back to 1 lakh BCE. Thus, 99% of Indian history comprises of prehistoric period. With the dawn of civilization, language and script evolved. Now, history is recorded or printed. But when printing was not known, it was written by hand on paper. Before the use of paper, records were written on dried palm leaves and the birch tree barks. Copper plates as well as stone inscriptions were also used. Emperor Ashoka the Great engraved his ideas and beliefs on various matters, that is, religion, social norms, and administrative reforms, etc. The languages spoken were Sanskrit, Pali, and Prakrit in ancient India, and the script was Brahmi as well as Kharoshthi. In the inscription of 3rd century BCE, two types of Brahmi, that is, the northern and the southern, may be distinguished in writing. From the northern script, Devanagari along with regional scripts like Gujarati, Marathi, Punjabi script developed, while the southern variety of Brahmi led to 5 types of scripts, all now used in South India. Explorers of the world. Do you know how new ideas, religion, traditions, knowledge, etc. travelled distant lands in ancient time? The ideas travelled with the merchants, marched with the army, and was spread by preachers who promoted their faith. This brought people closer to each other and gave better understanding about each other. Yet some, driven by a spirit of adventure, travelled and discovered new places. Marco Polo, 1254 to 1324, was the first European to visit China and encourage the idea of trading with the East. Christopher Columbus, 1451 to 1506, sailed from Palos, Spain, and discovered islands of West Indies and reached North and South America. Vasco da Gama, 1460 to 1524, the Portuguese navigator, discovered the sea route to India. All these adventurous discoveries had great economic and political impact in future. India, the land of unity in diversity. After independence, many provinces have been recognized and some new states have come up on the basis of linguistic and cultural similarity of the people of the area, so that regional language may flourish and administrative work may be done in the mother tongue. It is said that India presented a picture of unity in diversity. Actually, in ancient time, Greeks, Parthians, Shakas, Kushanas, and Hunas invaded India, but after some time they were absorbed in the Indian culture. Greeks were identified as Indo-Greek, Kushana, and most of foreign invaders adopted Indian religion. The fusion between their culture and indigenous Indian culture resulted in enrichment of the society and encouraged trade contacts of India with the outside world. Names of the country. India and Bharat are the two names that we often use for our country. The name Bharat has been given by Aryans. Scholars say that in ancient India, the name of river Indus was given by Aryans as Sindhu. The Greeks and Persians who came in contact with our flourishing rich civilization called the land after Sindhu or Hindos or Indos. Greeks first used and popularized the name India in ancient world. Probably it was due to the phonetic pronunciation problem. The first article of the Constitution says India, that is Bharat. This means both names are synonymous. India is the only country to have an ocean named after it. In Arabic and Persian literature, an alternative name Hindustan is also used. It is still in common use during conversation and in Hindi and Urdu poetry. Understanding a historical date. Mani asked his mother why CE and BCE is written after historical dates. What do they mean? His mother said that to find out the date of an event, we mention BCE or CE. They are abbreviations. BCE means before Christian era and CE means Christian era. The year of birth of Christ is regarded as the 0 point. The later years are counted as CE. That is why CE counting moves forward and BCE is counted backwards. Dateline: 326 BCE, Alexander the Great invaded India. 1254 to 1324 CE, Marco Polo visited China. 1460 to 1524 CE, Vasco da Gama discovered sea route to India.